G'day everybody, Trader Cobb here. It's the 5th of October and look, I just want to do a bit of a market update on a number, or on a couple actually. So, why have I been quiet? Well, I tend to go quiet when there's not a great deal going on. Bitcoin's been grinding higher. The main post I had was when it broke above this level here, or the lead up to the break. Now it's broken, so it's definitely classified in an uptrend. I just want to give a bit of an analysis on a couple of coins. So Bitcoin, it's quite funny watching this market. From my perspective, I've been trading other markets for 10 or 12 years or so. I can't remember exactly. And what this market's doing, it's acting like a market. It's moving higher, then it pulls back. It creates higher high, higher low, higher high, high. It's a very normal market. The thing that surprises me and interests me, I guess it doesn't surprise me anymore, but it interests me, is the absolute panic that people go into as soon as it starts to pull back a little bit. It's wild. There's all these theories, and I'm on a number of Slack groups, and geez, they can be they can be full on. But this market's trending very, very well, and what we've pulled back to right here is a logical point to pull back to. It's 4,200. It is a round number, and look, it could pull back further, and where could it pull back to? Well, we don't really know, do we? But using a bit of analysis here with my Fibonacci, which is my best friend, I'll just throw that in there. You've got 50% down here at 4,000. That would be a very strong level for Bitcoin to pull back to. It's a round number. It's a 50% fib, and we found support at 4,000 as that was the strong point before the break lower a little while ago. So, I'm not going to be too concerned at all, even if we pull back to 4,000. Great spot to buy, in my opinion, and a really, really, really good trend here on Bitcoin. Now, one of the really good performing ones at the moment is Ripple, and what I do like about Ripple, and I've got to be straight, I do hold Ripple. What I like about Ripple, aside from its long-term fundamental view, is that when other markets get a bit, shaky, like a few alts have been getting fairly knocked about recently, and again, from what I'm learning, that's to be expected. When Bitcoin, alts are very volatile. I mean, it's as simple as that. That's where we can get our big multiples of growth, but they can be quite volatile. Ripple, however, it kind of doesn't move a great deal. I mean, it holds its value quite well. So I guess what I'm getting at is, if Bitcoin gets a bit wild and starts to fall, if certain things start to happen, I do like to have a few coins that I can sort of pour into that hold their value relatively well, saving from moving across into Tether, US dollar Tether, of course, or into moving it straight out of your trading account and into fiat. So it's good to have those markets that don't move as much, that are fairly stable, and definitely Ripple is my go-to on that. The other one I want to show you is Ethereum. Where have I got? Just type it in and make it a bit quicker. If we have a look at Ethereum here, I've talked about this support level before, and I'm going to draw it in once more. All right, here we go. We've kind of got a couple. There's one that's most recent here, and there's a couple of tests. This is the underlying level. Now, if you were a gambling man or woman, which I guess to a certain extent we are, that you might be building a case for buying Ethereum right now. And the reason that it wouldn't be just a punt, I mean, look, I've got to weigh in the pros and cons. The negatives of this is a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We are seeing lower highs coming into this support level. Okay, now you can call that what you want. You can call it a descending triangle. I couldn't care less. I know what it is. It's lower highs coming into a support level. Now, if that support level was to break, then certainly that would be very, very bearish indeed. However, what I am seeing here is that, well, for the past week and a bit, it has sold straight down to the support. Straight down. So has it lost a bit of momentum for it if it was to break, to continue to push on hard? Potentially, yes. It's used a fair bit of that momentum to get down to this level. Now it's held, and it may pop back up to 7.5, or if we're lucky, break above this old high, then we'll actually have reason to believe that maybe we'll start to see Ethereum move higher against Bitcoin. The other thing that may make you want to speculate on a pop back up is the fact that we've got very strong divergence on each on each of these lows, the MACD has been setting higher lows. Now that's bullish divergence. It doesn't mean that we're going to see it move higher. It is simply an indicator. Just the same as when you're driving down the motorway and you've got your indicator on to turn right, and in the right hand lane there is a truck coming for you. It doesn't mean you're suicidal. It just means that your indicator is on. It's not called an absoluter. It's called an indicator, which indicates things. Alright, so people put too much emphasis on indicators. That's all it is. Price action is more important, and the price action is bearish. Support here, strong bullish divergence, potential for a move back up, a little move. Now if you're going to do this, it would be very speculative. Very speculative. You might want to trade it, or if you're a bullish Ethereum person, well, it's probably not a bad time to consider your options as to buying here. A lot coming up, obviously, across Bitcoin's world, across the alt worlds. A lot of news on the radar. We'll see who flies shortly, and we'll see what goes on over the next couple of days. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is Trader Cobb's take on Bitcoin and Ethereum, with a little bit of Ripple in there for good measure. Have a great day.